As announced in the letter dated 13th February 2026 from the President of the General Assembly, this meeting is convened to hear the address by His Excellency Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines. Before inviting him to address the Assembly, in accordance with Rule 70 of the Rules of Procedure of the Assembly, I now give the floor to Mr. Courtney Rattray, Chef de Cabinet of the Executive of the Secretary General, to speak on behalf of the Secretary General of the United Nations.
Madam President of the General Assembly, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Secretary General, I am honored to take part in this special plenary meeting of the General Assembly to welcome His Excellency Mr. Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines. The Philippines is a founding member of the United Nations and a steadfast partner in advancing the principles and values of our organization. That leadership is clearly on display this year as the Philippines serves as chair of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations and as chair of the Sixth Committee of the General Assembly. For decades, the Filipino people have contributed to the life and work of the United Nations as diplomats and peacekeepers, as humanitarian workers, and essential support staff in the spotlight and behind the scenes. The Philippines has supported UN peacekeeping for more than 6 decades, with women now comprising more than half of its deployed personnel. And as a country particularly vulnerable to natural disasters, it also plays a vital role in advancing climate action and climate justice. From disaster risk to economic inequality and technological disruption, the challenges we face do not respect boundaries. They demand solidarity, principled leadership, and a renewed commitment to multilateral solutions. Today's gathering reaffirms the central role of this assembly as a forum for dialogue, cooperation, and collective resolve, where nations large and small meet as equals, guided by the Charter and united by shared responsibility for our common future. Mr. President, Madam President, I thank the Republic of the Philippines for its continued engagement with the United Nations and for its commitment to international cooperation. Welcome and thank you.
I thank the Chef de Cabinet of the Executive Office of the Secretary General, Mr. Courtney Rattray. The Assembly will now hear an address by His Excellency Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines. I request protocol to escort His Excellency and invite him to address the Assembly.
Madam Vice President, Excellencies, esteemed delegates, we gather once again at a time of profound global upheaval. Armed conflicts have erupted, geopolitical rivalries intensify, and the institutions designed for peace are tested by the complexities of modern challenges. In this critical decade, the world needs the Security Council to not only reflect responsibility and power, it must also reflect perspective. The Indo Pacific, home to more than half of humanity, has become the strategic center of gravity in the 21st century. Its sea lanes carry the lifeblood of global commerce. Its stability shapes global prosperity. Its tensions carry consequences beyond regional borders. We of the Philippines offer a voice from this region, the voice of developing countries, the voice of climate vulnerable nations, and the voice of middle income countries facing competing challenges and priorities. All this whilst persevering to achieve the well being and security of our peoples. As a founding member of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, a bridge between global North and global South, the Philippines understands dialogue, partnership, and coalition building. We maintain warm and deep relations across diverse regions and political systems. We believe that diplomacy must always be given space to succeed. This year, the Philippines is proud to be chair of ASEAN. And ASEAN has succeeded in promoting peace, economic development, and social progress in Southeast Asia. ASEAN is the convening power in a region where interests of major and middle powers intersect. This has enriched the Philippines' experience as a forger of consensus, a builder of bridges. Excellencies, rising from the ashes of the Second World War, we have together built this forum for nations to partake in the discourse for peace. Enshrining our aspirations in the pages of the United Nations Charter, we vowed that never again shall we be cursed by such a global catastrophe. But watching events in Gaza, the Ukraine, Sudan, the Middle East, and in many other places, I cannot help but ask, are we succeeding? Or are we failing our ancestors who in 1945 forged this assembly out of shared anxiety, shared hope, and endeavor to fulfill humanity's aspirations for peace? Are we failing those who will succeed us? For surely they too deserve to inherit a world where safety, security, dignity, and a healthy planet are assured for all of humanity. It was not so long ago when we made the Pact for the Future, pledging a new beginning to multilateralism and promising to protect succeeding generations from the scourge of war. We joined calls for restraint, a de escalation and cessation of hostilities, respect for international law, including the UN Charter and humanitarian law, and for all concerned to return to the negotiating table for peace. History bears witness to my country's steadfast commitment to international peace and security.